Lightning killed 12 people across the country. Fast to government responsible for measles outbreak. Country now in all-devouring catastrophe. Iran closes Strait of Hormuz once again. Those were the headlines. Good evening. I'm Shahzan Hassan with English Bulletin. 12 people got killed in lightning in different parts of the country. Among them, 5 people were killed in Sunamganj. 2 people were killed while harvesting paddy in Dhormpasha of Sunamganj, 1 in Jamalganj and 1 in Tahirpur. Besides, lightning killed 7 other people in Mithapukur of Rangpur, Gauripur and Gafargaon of Mymensingh, Netrokona, Kishorganj and Hobiganj. Most of the deceased are farmers. It happened while they were harvesting paddy or taking a break. The offense of the two governments have committed by not administering measles vaccine is unpardonable. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman made the remark in his address to the Conference of Upazila Health and Family Planning Officials on Saturday. He at that time highlighted government's plan to eliminate discrimination of health services between urban and rural areas. Addressing the same event, wife of Prime Minister's renowned physician, Dr. Zubaida Rahman said, doctors are friends of people in calamities and she had understood it quite well when at home. The conference was mainly organized to take the health services to a grassroots in a coordinated manner. People's confidence on the government has returned. Prime Minister's Press Secretary Saleh Shibli made the remark at a press conference on Saturday, marking 2 months of the government. Addressing the same event at Prime Minister's Tejgaon office, spokesperson of Prime Minister's office Mahdi Amin said the opposition party is spreading rumours, making chaos in parliament and on the streets as well, rather than cooperating with the government. The country is going through an all-devouring catastrophe. Leader of the opposition and Amir of Jamaat-e-Islami, Dr. Shafiqur Rahman, made the remark in his address to an event of Bangladesh Workers' Welfare Federation. He said the statement of the Treasury bench given in the Parliament about the fuel crisis seems all fuel has now gone into Parliament. He also said Jamaat does not support vandalism and arson attacks to realise demand. HSC and equivalent exams of this year will begin on July 2. The decision was made at a virtual meeting of the Education Minister ANM Ehsanul Haq Milon and stakeholders on SSC and HSC exams on Saturday. The virtual meeting took place at the Secretariat. The HSC and equivalent exams that will start from July 2 will continue for 5 weeks. Officials of the Ministry of Education, board officials, guardians and students got connected to the meeting through Zoom. Doctors' Platform for People's Health has called for introducing mass vaccination program across the country immediately. The organization made the recommendation from a press conference at Dhaka Reporters Unity on Saturday. The press conference was mainly called to make recommendations for preventive measures to check children's deaths in measles. Doctors who addressed the press conference called for introducing specialized measles corner at every hospital and ensuring supply of necessary medicines and vitamin A. Emphasizing need for primary treatment and measles vaccination at the threshold level, they called for immediate action to check outbreak of measles. Otherwise, situation could turn grave, they warned. Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has control of Strait of Hormuz, has now returned to its previous state with armed forces controlling the area. It came as US naval blockade of Iranian ports continue. Media reports, including Al Jazeera and BBC News, cited Iranian state media as saying Iran's military claimed it is resuming its control of Strait of Hormuz. Iranian state broadcasters cited a statement from IRGC as saying the strait will return to its previous state. The military statement accuses the US of piracy, saying that its so-called blockade amounts to maritime robbery. While US President Donald Trump said in Truth Social, US blockade will remain in full force and effect as it pertains to Iran only until transaction with Iran is 100% complete. Now, a short break. We'll be back soon with Interim government's deal biggest hurdle. Pakistan and Australia to tour Bangladesh in May and June. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. No doubt, Strait of Hormuz situation is definitely a hurdle in energy import. However, interim government's deal with the US is the biggest hurdle. Honorary Fellow of Center for Policy Dialogue, Dr. Devapriya Bhattacharya, made the remark in his address to an event in Debate for Democracy in the capital on Saturday. Addressing the same event, Chairman of Debate for Democracy, Hassan Ahmad Chaudhry Kiron, said that the energy sector had been destroyed in the past due to partisanship. Now, news around the world. US President Donald Trump issued a stark ultimatum saying US would resume bombing Iran again if a deal is not reached with America by Wednesday. However, US Navy is continuing Iranian ports blockade. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One, Trump warned the window for diplomatic resolution is closing rapidly. He may decline to extend ceasefire with Iran and will have to start bombing again if agreement is not reached. Trump hinted at the necessity of seizing Iran's enriched uranium, stating, "We will go in with Iran and will take it together and will bring it back to US. If not, we will get it in a much more unfriendly form." US President Trump's administration renewed a waiver allowing countries to buy sanctioned Russian oil at sea for about a month. The move is part of the administration's effort to control global energy prices that have shot higher during US-Israeli war on Iran. The Treasury Department's waiver lets countries purchase Russian oil and petroleum products loaded on vessels started from Friday and will continue up to May 16. It replaces a 30-day waiver that expired on April 11 and excludes transactions involving Iran, Cuba, and North Korea. The move came after countries in Asia suffering from global energy shock pressed Washington to allow alternative supplies to reach markets. However, the lawmakers accused the government of going easy on Moscow as its war on Ukraine grinds on. Viewers, we'll take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching English Bulletin. And now, sports news. Amid ongoing ODI series between Bangladesh and New Zealand, the BCB has confirmed the schedule for two upcoming home series with two-match test series against Pakistan in May, followed by a six-match white ball series against Australia in June. Pakistan's squad is scheduled to arrive in Dhaka on May 3. First test will start on May 8 in Mirpur Sher Bangla National Cricket Stadium. The teams will then travel to Sylhet for the second test that will begin from May 16 at Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. Both the matches are part of the 2025-27 ICC World Cup Test Championship cycle. Following Pakistan's departure, Australia will arrive on June 5 for 3-match ODI and 3-match T20 series. The ODIs will take place on June 9, 11 and 14, and the T20 series against Aussies will take place on June 17, 19 and 21 respectively. Before ending the bulletin, the top stories once again. Lightning killed 12 people across the country. Past two government responsible for Measles outbreak. Country now in all-devouring catastrophe. Iran closes Strait of Hormuz once again. Interim government's deal, biggest hurdle. And Pakistan and Australia to tour Bangladesh in May and June. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us.